friends. This is number 2 in my video series on social media, mainly Facebook. So, make sure you watch number 1 before you watch this one, because this is a continuation. This should be a series of around 4 to 6 videos. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it goes, okay? I'm gonna try to do one every day this week until we get this done, because working on social media is so important. Most of you know that this is my second run with Younique, and my first run, I made it to the very top of the company in less than 10 months. And I did it solely from home. I did it completely from Facebook. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So let's get started, okay? Today, I want to talk about friends. I want to talk about how do you get more friends, how the importance of friends, and you know, just how many you need to have. So let's get started. I did make a few notes, so if I'm looking down, I just want to stay on track, okay? So, all right, some of you aren't having great success on Facebook. You're like, Glory, nobody's listening, nobody's, liking, nobody's commenting, I'm not getting any results. Well, the first thing I want you to do, if you're not getting any results, let me move my camera, is I want you to check and see how many friends you have. If you have 400 friends, then that's why. The average number of friends that you need to have to be successful and be able to do this on Facebook alone is 2,000. Now, that's 2,000 minus the unique people. So that's a big one, right? So you need to look at your friends list, and you need to figure out how many friends you have that are not with Younique. And then that's how many you have. So if you don't have 2,000 friends, then we need to work on that. That's one of the reasons that you're having a hard time on Facebook. Now, the optimal, outrageous, wonderful amount of friends that we need on Facebook to be extraordinarily successful is 5,000. That's the limit that Facebook gives us, is 5,000 friends. Once you hit 5,000, people can just follow you. So, that's what I suggest, that when you get a friend request from a Younique girl, unless she is on your team, I accept everybody on my team always as friends, but unless the Younique presenter is on your team, I would ignore the friend request. Don't click ignore, just ignore it. And that way she'll follow you. It'll just kind of usually automatically follows. And a follow is really just like a friend, because they still see everything you post. They still can like, comment, they can send you messages, everything. So that follow button is pretty important. And I would save the friends for the customers, the team members, and things like that. Not that the other people aren't important, they are. And you'll still see their stuff too, by the way. And you can only have a follow button if your profile is public. There's another thing I want to talk to you about. In order to do this, in order to follow my system that I have, which will guarantee you to be successful on Facebook, you have to make your profile public. Now, I used to have a problem with that. In fact, I had a really big problem with it about 2 months ago. It almost made me leave the direct sales industry. I had a stalker, and it was kind of serious and scary. And I just, when you're public, then, you've got Google, you've got everything. I mean, people, anyway, I want to say this. I took a week off of Facebook, and I just really prayed about it. I talked to my family members, and I did some research. And here's the thing. Even if my Facebook profile is private, my life is still public simply because of the internet world that we live in. So what happened was, if somebody Googles my name, it's going to pull up my address, my house, my phone number, anything. You can pay, I think it's $4.99 on this site, and it'll give people all kinds of information. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you realize that your Facebook profile being public is not that big a deal anymore, because people can get the information anyway regardless. So if you want to be in business, your business has got to be open. That means it's got to be open to the public. In order for it to be open to the public, your profile has to be public. So that's that. So none of this will work unless your profile is public. But, and believe me, like I told you, I had a stalker. I feel your pain. I understand. But I use the block button a lot. Once you block them, they can't see you on Facebook. Now, they can still Google you or whatever else they want to do, but they can't find you on Facebook. So that is an option. I do use that block button. Probably more than I should. But anyway, back to friends. Let's see. So I told you that, you know, you need to have 2,000 friends for sure to get to the point where you can work good. You'll work well. But to really be excellent, you need 5,000 friends. Well, all of this takes time. If you're starting off with 400 friends or 700 friends, I don't know how many you have, but I want you to, when this video is over, I want you to go look, see how many friends you have. If it says you have 3,000 friends, I want you to kind of go through them and look and see if some of them are unique people. If you have a lot of unique people that are not on your team, then I suggest maybe you put out a post out there, something like, "Why sisters, I love you guys so much, but unless you're on my team, do you mind unfriending me and clicking the follow button?" They'll do it. I've seen presenters do it before, and I did it. I unfriended them and clicked follow. It just allows, you know, it opens up their friends list for, you know, customers and things like that. So it's a good thing. It really is. You can have as many followers as you want. But anyway, let's see, where was I? 5,000 friends. Once you're there, you know, you're definitely at a place where you can work your business and mostly from home, as long as you're engaging with these friends, okay? So once you get 5,000 friends, you can't just sit there. You got to engage with them. But once you get them, you know, you pretty much can work from home and go straight to black without any problems, as long as you learn the rules of engagement, which I'm going to teach you. But anyway, in the meantime, I bet you're thinking, well, Glory, how in the world am I supposed to get all these friends? Well, I have a system, okay? Maybe before when you've tried to get friends, you know, you just click, friend, and all of a sudden you find yourself in Facebook jail. That happened to me because I didn't know any better. But you're going to know better because I'm teaching you. You can't just randomly friend people, you know, especially if they don't have any friends with you. You're going to go to Facebook jail. So I don't recommend that at all. But like I said, I have a system in place that I learned from a previous leader, and I'm going to teach it to you. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So here is how you do it. If you want to get a pen and paper, I will wait just a second for you to get that, or you can just push pause. There you go. Push pause. So if you're at a laptop or a desktop, because there's two different ways to do this, okay? But if you're at a laptop or a desktop computer, you're going to go to your personal page, like I would go to, not my home, but I would go to Glory Stalvey, okay, where it pulls up my profile picture and all of my stuff. We've already talked about that in the first video. But it'll pull up all of that, and what you're going to do is you're going to go into that very top search bar, and you're going to type in friends of friends, and then the last part of the sentence is up to you. You can do friends of friends who live in Georgia, and it'll pull all of them up. You can say friends of friends that live in California, friends of friends that live in the UK, friends of friends that own hair salons, friends of friends that are self-employed, friends of friends that work for It Works, friends of friends who are stay-at-home moms. You get the picture? So you can pull up anything. Just let your imagination run wild. If your kid's into gymnastics, you can do friends of friends who, you know, do gymnastics or are involved with gymnastics, or friends of friends who have kids in football, or friends of friends who like the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, literally, you can put in anything and it's going to pull up friends of friends, okay? And it'll pull up a small list, and then there'll be a little bar and it'll say see more. And you can just keep scrolling and see more. So it's really, really, really a cool cool function. It really is. You can do friends of friends who work at Disney World. That'd be kind of cool, right? You can do friends of friends who are college students. There's a good one right there. College students all need money, and most of them love makeup. So they're a perfect demographic for you to go after. But you're probably thinking, okay, Glory, why do I want to do it this way? Well, first of all, you want to put in friends of friends because you actually want it to pull up people that you have at least one other friend with. Okay? Why? Well, one, it keeps you out of Facebook jail, and also it helps with them accepting you. Because see, if you don't have if I get a friend request from somebody and I don't have any mutual friends, I'm going to go, I don't know. And I'm going to look at their profile and I'm going to kind of really think about it. But if I get a friend request from somebody that has, 12 friends in common with me, I'm usually just going to click OK, as long as I see that they're not a unique presenter. But that's a new thing for me. Before, it didn't matter. I was just accepting. But now I'm kind of getting towards my limits, so I have to be careful. But anyway, if you're targeting a particular area, you can just be specific. You can be really specific with this. So I really think this is a cool way to find friends and, try to get people to friend you. Now, there's a second way, and this way is actually my favorite. This is the one that I do. I don't do the one on the laptop or the computer very often, simply because I'm not on a laptop or a computer, desktop computer very often. I am most of the time working from my phone. So there's a way to do this from your phone that's really kind of cool. So I'm going to tell you about that. What you do is whoops, my tripod's messing up, is you go to the same thing. You go to your Facebook profile. You go to, Glory Stalvey or whatever your name is, and you make sure you see your profile picture. Then there's a search button at the top, no matter what kind of phone you have. And you're going to click in that search button, and you're just going to put a name in there, just a random name. Just search, I don't know, Katie. Okay, put in Katie and click search. You know what's going to happen? It's going to pull up all of your friends named Katie. Every one of them. And then you're going to keep scrolling until you see that little see more button. You're going to click on that. And if those are still your friends, you're going to go see more and keep doing it until you get to a place where it starts saying they're your friends of friends. It'll tell you people that you have mutual friends with named Katie. Now this is where it gets fun. So then what you do is, so Katie's the name of the day, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go into there and you're going to click on the first name, Katie, and you're going to look at her profile. So this takes a few minutes. You're going to look at her profile. You're going to make sure she's not a unique presenter, first of all, because if she is, you don't want to friend her. Not that you wouldn't love to be friends with her, but we're out here to do business, to, sponsor people, to get customers. And if somebody's already doing unique, then that's not going to help you, right? So that's why I don't friend unique people unless, they're on my team. So I make sure they're not with unique. And, basically that's it. I make sure I have at least a couple friends in common with them, and I'll friend them if they're not with unique. But it does take a minute. You kind of have to look at their about section, and I also scroll and I just notice, and if they're not with unique, I definitely send them a friend request. And really 50% of the time they'll accept. So that's pretty good, a pretty good ratio. And like I said, it does take a few minutes. But what I do is I spend about 15 minutes at a time just friending people, okay? And then later on in the day, I'll do it again. This isn't something that you're just going to sit down and do for 12 hours. First of all, you can't do that many in a day. There's different rules. People say there's different, some people say you can friend 50 a day. Some people say you can friend 25 a day. I kind of try to stay towards the 25. I don't want to friend more than 25 people a day. Plus, it takes some time because you're going to want to, kind of look at their profile and everything. And 25 a day is a lot. And, by the end of the month, you should have quite a few friends if you are sending out that many friend requests. So even if you just sent out, 20 a day or whatever how much time you have. That's what I would do for sure. But that is my favorite way to get friends. If you get a warning, if Facebook says, hey, do you really know this person or whatever, stop. Don't friend any more people that day. Wait till the next day. Because that's Facebook's way of saying, watch yourself. And you don't want to go to Facebook jail. I've been there and it's not fun. You're able to see stuff, but you can't comment and you can't do all kinds of things. So you won't like it at all. But anyway, what I'm saying is you can't sit down and just friend 500 people. I mean, you're just for sure going to go to Facebook jail. And like I said, that's not fun. So I try to keep it at, between, 20, 25 a day. And honestly, if you think about it, if 10 people a day, if I friend 25 a day and 10 a day friend me, that's 300 new friends by the end of the month. That's a lot of friends, right? Yeah, that's a lot of friends. So anyway, now you're probably thinking, okay, so I gave you lots of homework to do. Okay. Some of you that were on my team prior, you may have heard this training before. And if so, this is a great reminder. For those of you that are new, this is really cool information. I'm sure you've probably never heard it before. And now your next question is going to be, okay, I've got all this homework. I'm going to start friending people. I'm only going to friend 20, 25 a day. And by the end of the month, I'm going to have at least 300 friends. Yes, that's wonderful. You're going to have 300 extra people that you're going to get to do stuff with. Okay. And now your next question is, well, Glory, what do I post? When do I post? What do I say? And what do I do with all these friends? That is in video number 3 that will come out tomorrow. So this is video number 2 in the Facebook series and coming to a close. And it's great talking to you guys and happy friending.